Hi, in this video, we will see validate API response headers using REST assured. In our previous video, we have seen response status codes, here response headers. Okay, for that, I'm going to use the same resource slash products slash one. I'm using the get method. We'll send the request to the server, get the response. Then what we are going to do, we'll print all the headers, we'll print or get a specific header and validate headers. We are going to see these three scenarios. Okay. Before that, what is a header? Right. A header refers to a part of the HTTP request or a response that carries additional information about the data being sent or received. So when you're sending or getting the response, this header will provide an extra additional information about that request or response. These are key value pairs, including the HTTP messages, and serve various purposes, such as providing metadata, authentication, and controlling caching behavior. Like if you want to provide authentication, like username and password, so that you can provide as a header information. Okay, that's the key value pair. Headers play a crucial role in enabling communication between clients and servers, and they provide a standardized way for systems to exchange information. Okay, with the help of these headers, you can enable the communication. Means if you want to provide authentication, you can provide the username and password. Then you can establish a communication between this client and server, and they provide a standardized way for systems to exchange information, how you want to exchange the information. Okay, and API developers often use headers to convey essential details about the request or response, and clients must interpret these headers to understand how to handle the data effectively. Okay, so in simple terms, this is an extra additional information for the request and response. Okay, so now, so by taking one example, this example, we will get the response and validate the headers, print the headers and validate the headers. Okay, so for that, first we'll go to this, the same thing, right? Here, you see headers. As of now, we are not providing any headers. These are request headers. Okay, in name, value, key value pairs, name, value. So if it is key value, something like that, you can provide that extra information. Okay, if you do not want, you can delete this. These are requests. So when you get the response will also have some header information. Where can I see that? You see HTTP, when you expand this. So this is the information regarding your headers. Okay. We don't know what exactly what they are communicating, but you see these are different types of connection, close, content length 364 characters, something like content type, application slash JSON, char set equal to UTF-8, which date, okay, report to, what is the server, what is X powered by, something like that. So this is extra information it is providing in the form of key value pair. This is key. Here, server is key, the value is cloud fee, something like that. So this information also very important. Sometimes we need to verify or validate this information. So how you get this information? How can you validate this information? That we will see with the help of REST assured. So then we'll go to the Eclipse. So I have created a class called validate response headers test, and I created three test methods. One is print all headers, get a specific header, and validate response headers. Okay. So here also you can use two ways, way one, way two. Okay. We will see the same thing for all the three test cases kind of, okay, test methods. So the same thing here, rest assured dot base URI is equals to, what is that? I'll take it from the previous one. I'm using the same API. Okay. So request specification is equals rest assured dot given. So if you want to provide request headers, So these headers, right? These are response headers. If it is request header, key value, if you want to provide that information, you will provide with the help of request spec. But in this example, I am not going to give any header information. So simply this line is enough. Then response. Response is equals to request spec dot get. Till here, the same code which we used in previous classes. Okay. Then you have multiple headers, right? So for that, you have one of the headers class. Headers. So headers is equals to response dot you have headers. You see that headers is a method that will return headers. From these headers, I need to get the what one by one header. So how can you do that? I'll use for each loop. So this is headers, right? I need only single header. So you have one more called header. Header class header colon headers. So inside this, I want to print this out. How you can get header dot? You have a get name method. Okay, get name. Whatever you want, and header dot get value, get name and value. This is key value pair, right? So once you get the response, how many headers are there? It is looping through all these headers and it will print the name and value of that particular header. So let me run this and see. You see that? Date, content type, transfer encoding, connection, access control, X powered by, server Cloudflare, content editing, ZZip, content type, application slash JSON, charset, UFT8, whatever information I am seeing here, all this information, it is printing, but the order is different. That's it. Okay. Order is different, but the same information. Okay. So now, how to do the same thing with the DSL way? Okay. So same thing. So for that, we need to do static import static IO dot rest assured dot star. So these are static class and the methods are static methods. So with the help of class name also you can get. So otherwise you can do a static import and then you can start writing. So given when dot get. So this is the one we need to provide. So then you need to log any information if you want. Then log dot all we did, right? Now log dot, you have one more method called headers. That's it. Given when, then log the headers. That's it. Let me comment this code. So if you run this one, it will print all the header information. You see, all the header information it printed. The same way how you got that information, same way here also. Okay, this is print all headers. Okay, response dot headers. Here log dot headers. Okay, so I want to get a specific header. I don't want all these things, each and every. I want content type only. I want date. I want server information. Okay, so how can you do that? Okay, so let me copy till here to save the time. So after that, so I want to print three different headers. So I'm printing directly. you have response dot get header. You see, you need to print string name. What is that name you want to, means what what uh, header you want, right? Which header you want, you can get. So I'll take content type, content hyphen type. One is server. I have taken two. So server content type, I'll take connection, will take connection. Okay, three. So once I get the response, I want only content type. I don't want to print all these things. I want only server information. I want only connection information. So that time you can, what you can do, with the help of response.getHeader method. Okay, with help of getHeader method, you can do this. Okay, so run. Now it will print only that information. You see, content type application slash JSON, server is Cloudflare, connection is keep alive. So it is giving only specific header information with the help of get header method from the response. So this is how you can get. So how can I do this with the DSL way? Okay. So let me take till here, till here, and you observe. So all the times, okay, if you want to say dot then dot, we have status code. Okay, we have previously status code. We have header, string header match. You can do you see that header and again dot header. Okay, again dot header. Okay, what is that header? Content type. Okay, so we are printing, right? We are not validating. When you're validating, you can do this, but I'm not validating. Okay, so what you can do, then I don't want to do this here. Get will what, till get what it give, get will give response. So what I can do, response is equals to, that's it. If you want, you can send back, sorry, you can move here, delete this, and then just for formatting, response is good, given when and get. This get will give response. Once you get the response, I can use the same thing, right? I can use the same thing, system.out.println response.get header of content type, all these things. This time, if you want to take anything, that also you can take. We have one more x powered by. So let me take that. This time I'll not take connection. I'll take this and run now. Okay. You see application slash JSON, Cloudflare, the X powered by is Express. Okay. So log dot, you cannot print particular header. Okay. Normally we have a log, right? Then, sorry, then dot log dot, you have log dot all, but log dot a particular, you have headers. Headers will provide all the headers that we have seen. But you do not have an option to print only a particular header. So because of that, what we did, we have used it this way. Okay, given When get, this get will give response. From the with the help of response, obviously you can get the header how we have here, the same way. Okay. So there is no then. The reason is we are not validating anything. We are not providing any log and getting the headers. Okay. So because of that, I am getting the response object and then printing this information. Okay. So now we'll try to validate this information is correct or not. I'm expecting some content type should be something like this. I'm expecting server name should be this. I want expowered by is this. How can you do that? The same way, once you get the response, I'll copy paste same thing here. Okay. Once you get the response, so I need to get the first response. Okay. So I'll take these things. First, let me this way. Okay. String content type. How will you get the content type? Response dot get header of what is that? This is the content. Okay. This content type I'm getting. And then string server is equals to response dot get header of server. So we'll validate these two things. Okay. We'll validate these two things. How we can validate? Assert dot assert equals. Okay. What is that? We need content type, comma. What is that content type? So application, this is what I'm expecting. Once you get that, this is what I'm expecting. I have one more assert. Assert equals. What is that? Server. Okay. Server. What is that server name? Cloudflare, right? Cloudflare. That's it. Once I have my response, from the response, I'm getting the content type. That content type I'm verifying this is the content type or not. Okay. Application slash JSON is coming or not. The server name is Cloudflare or not. I'm verifying. Okay. Headers are coming properly or not. So when you run this, you see, I'm not printing anything. So just passing. Test total test and failure 0, skip 0. So passed 1. It's passing. Okay. So this is how once you get the response. So once you get the response, from the response, get the particular header and use the assert to validate that. Okay. This is way one. So this is normal way. We'll use the given. So let me copy from here till here. Given when then. Now I'm validating, right? So can I use then dot. What is that? Header. So you need to provide key value pair. This header. Again, you can use one more header. Right. This is one. What is that header? Content type. Okay. Content type. What is that content type? Application slash JSON. This information. So we'll take another one. What is that? X powered by. The second one I'm validating X powered by. That is express. Okay. Here we validated server. Here I'm validating X powered by. Okay. Dot header. If you want validate something else, again one more. What is that? Server. What is that server? Cloud. How many you want to verify? That many dot headers you can write. Okay, that's it. See, this is way to validate. Okay, so let me run this. It passed. If you want to verify, I'll remove this 8 and I'll put 9, something like that. So whether it is getting correct information or not, correctly validating or not. This time it will fail. And it will say, what it will say? Is that failed in this response headers? Expected header content type was 9, but it was 8. Okay, and it giving another information also, entire information. Okay, so it's failing. So working fine. Let me change it to 8. Okay, this is how you can validate your headers. You can get the header, all the headers. You can get a specific header. And once you get the header, the same header, what you are expecting or not, you can validate with the help of this test ng assertion or JUnit assertion, what unit testing framework you are using. Other way, with the help of this inbuilt assertions also, you can validate. Okay, so this is all about validating response headers. Okay, that's all in this video. Thank you for watching this video. Please like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for interesting updates.